I'm Dar from Dar's Divine Connection, and I'm here with Dusty Boy, and we're here today to talk about meditation. Now, don't jump ship just yet on that word meditation. Meditation is not what you think. There are two main reasons. First, it's not what you think literally, because meditation is what you sense and what you feel and what you hear after clearing your mind. So it is not what you think. Secondly, it is not what you think if you have visions of cross-legged gurus omming, like my little frog friend here, the cross-legged guru omming. Not that either. So there are about 12 or more types of meditation besides those yoga poses. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So guess what? Even everyday activities like house cleaning or doing dishes or stirring a beverage or petting an animal, all of those can be meditation. In the Buddhist Zen tradition, it was called Samuel, meaning work meditation. In this style of meditation, the practitioner just slows down everything to about half the speed and uses that time to be mindful of what they see, what they feel, what they hear, and other things that they sense. So if I weren't talking to you and I was just combing and playing with Dusty Boy's hair, it can become a form of meditation. And what about those new adult coloring books? Those are a great form as well. This one happens to be by Mike Dooley, and it's Notes from the Universe. And what I love about this book is that it also has sayings. So you can open it up to something like trust yourself, and it says, not what you should do, but what you want to do. Let this be your guiding light. I see you shining, says the universe. Trust yourself as much as you trust me. And then you can concentrate on the color, slow down, and sense, and hear, and wait for messages. So with 12 or more types of meditation, we should be able to find something that fits you today. But before we delve into those 12 different choices, I'd like to talk a little bit about the 8 main reasons to meditate. Because if we have a strong why, then we usually do the activity. We usually make room. So there are thousands and thousands of research studies that celebrate these 8 reasons why. First of all, you can relax. You probably knew that one. Not letting little things get you down. Benson and Henry did a large study, and they found that heart rate, blood pressure, and brain activity normalized with meditation. Something else is improved REM sleep. So it increased levels of melatonin, and it was the key to cognitive functioning and better sleep. And the main study was 8 weeks at Harvard Medicine. And they found that they also had profound thickening of the cortex, which is a good thing because that's around self-awareness. And then there was also another one that found that they had less discipline problems in the school. A third reason is reduced stress eating. It lowers cortisol, and that lowers stress. It can lower pain reduction, and it can increase faster healing. So those are all great benefits. Another benefit is can beat anxiety. So generalized anxiety is what they were studying, anxiety disorders, and the MRI showed that there was increased blood flow, and then they found reduced pain and reduced inflammation. A fifth reason is more joy, as measured by smiling at Johns Hopkins Research Institute. Another reason is greater marital satisfaction. That study was done at UC Berkeley recently and Maharishi International in Iowa. And there was a significant greater marital satisfaction among women who meditated. And a seventh researched reason is clarity, especially in the area of life goals and achievement. Harvard Medical measured brain waves and cognitive function and found them both improved. And the eighth reason is overall well-being. And this is a good one. Leveled out blood pressure, heart rate, increased brain activity, increased lung capacity. So those are terrific reasons to start to meditate, aren't they? So are you still rolling your eyes at that word meditation? Well, let's start there. Let's actually roll our eyes back into our head, gently closing the eyelids. And just kind of clear your mind. It's a blank TV screen or computer screen, maybe a little bit of static behind the eyelids. And then the trick is to, whenever any thoughts come in having to do with the real world, just gently bat them away. Don't get upset, don't get angry with them, just almost play ping pong and just bat those ideas back away from you and come back into centering on the back of your eyelid. And you probably know that there's many audios and podcasts out there with guided meditation, and the eyelid technique works well with all of those. You can also move into another form, which is journey meditation, and that transports your mind to somewhere else. So sometimes, some days you just feel like running away. Well, instead of running away that way, find a quiet place to be. It could even be in the bathtub with Epsom salt, so you've got salt water and you can start to journey to the ocean if that pleases you. But what you do is you just transport your mind on a trip to somewhere that you would like to go. And again, any thoughts about stress or anxiety or real life or what happened that day, just kind of gently just bat them away. Another choice is gazing meditation, and this is called cha-cha in the ancient traditions, or the Zen meditation tradition, Buddhist Zen. And that is gazing that's just like stargazing, or it's gazing at an object to focus inward until that object becomes a little out of focus. It's great to graze into a candle flame, or you can move into fire meditation, which is gazing into a fire. And for any of these, you can shut your eyes and the image you've been staring at becomes an image behind your eyelids as well. And you can take the fire meditation one step further, and you can burn what no longer serves you. So I kind of like the fire meditation. That's one that I use quite a bit. The gazing and the fire meditation, however you do that, the research has been on headache relief and on improved eyesight. So there's some fun research behind gazing meditation and fire meditation. Chadraka. Another form of meditation that we don't always think of as meditation is free writing. And every month in my monthly newsletter, I give a journal prompt for people to just write on whatever comes to their mind, no editing, just whatever comes up, just write it down, and then leave it for a while and read it later, maybe a day or two later, for greater insight. Some people find that with free writing, it works really well to take their non-dominant hand and tune into the inner child and just begin to write and get lessons, sometimes about what we need to release from the past, but sometimes we get lessons about where is our passion, where is our joy. And speaking of joy, what about laughter meditation? Is that something that would fit you? It seems uncomfortable at first, but there are numerous studies that support the idea of the laughter meditation. So you can recall humorous events, you can watch a funny movie and then spend time afterwards. You can use my favorite breathing, where I breathe in joy and I breathe out overwhelmed. And I'm fooling my subconscious into happiness, healthiness, and peacefulness within. Joy, overwhelmed with an O. Another choice would be dance meditation. And there's different forms of that, like Tai Chi or Qigong. Basically, it is all forms of rhythmic, physical movement. So, thinking of that, if you have a young child at home, or you have a pet that you rock, that can become a form of meditation. What's interesting about dance meditation is that there's several research studies on the value of it for substance abuse. So helping to relieve substance abuse and help blood flow, because it's all forms of rhythmic movement and low impact exercise. Another form is hand movement meditation. So that is like dancing with your hands, right? So some people have trouble sitting still without, scratching or moving around. So if they just get to move their hand in a repetitive motion, sometimes that is all they need. Just random loose flow. Now there are more structured ways to use the hand. And that's the 3 M's of hand movement meditation. And one of them, the first M, is mala. So there is a strand of 108 beads called a mala, and you just finger each bead to remind you to get in touch with your mindfulness rather than the outside world. You can repeat a mantra, another M. You can repeat a mantra or a saying like peace within, peace without, peace within, peace without, going through all the beads. And by that time, you've repeated your positive affirmation 108 times. As I mentioned before, though, my favorite mantra is happiness, healthiness, peacefulness within. Happiness, healthiness, peacefulness within. And then the other M is mudra, which is actually hand movement. So the little frog I showed you earlier in the Zen position, he has his fingers in the accepting rhythm of light move. Sometimes you'll see a speaker and they'll have their fingertips touching and they'll be close to their rib space, and that is actually intelligence, bringing in intelligence. Here is an entire book of mudras, which is rather fun. And it says Ancient Gestures to Ease Modern Stress by Emily Fuller Williams. So if you're interested in something like that, there are several books out there with mudras. And they're very easy and quick to use. What about crystal meditation? Taking your favorite stone, and what's nice about, I actually have a rose quartz on right now, and what's nice about a crystal meditation is it has such variety. You can grab a stone by its color, by the emotion that you're feeling that you want calmed, by the healing properties. You can look those up online. They're all over the properties of crystals and stones. And that's a whole nother video. So I'll have to put that on my list. But the steps are you set your intention, what you would like to accomplish. You hold it to your heart. And then you can use the rolling your eyes back behind your eyelids and clearing your mind of thought. Some people concentrate on their breathing. As I mentioned before, breathing in joy, breathing out overwhelm and any toxins. And then again, use the same process of listening, seeing, feeling, sensing, whatever comes to you during this time. So we're slowing down, we're slowing everything down. So lots of variety with crystal meditation. And then the last one I'm going to talk about today is the Kin-Hin meditation, and that is actually, that's the Zen, Buddhist Zen tradition name, but we call it walking meditation. And for those of you who have trouble sitting still, walking might be for you. And it's very easy. You just think about your deep breathing. You think about having good posture, which I don't have when I'm holding Dusty Boy. Think about your good posture. You think about your body. You have body mindfulness, and you keep a rhythm, a nice, clear rhythm. So think about your feet on the ground. Think about your ankles coming up. How do your knees feel? How are they moving? Up into your hips. Are they equal? Are they moving well? Up into your arms. So that is basically what the walking meditation is. And all of the meditations is great, great, great to end in gratitude. And it doesn't hurt to just count our blessings at the end of whatever meditation you try. A version of the walking meditation is the labyrinth meditation. And what's nice about walking a maze or a labyrinth is that it uses both sides of your brain, and it can be really good for problem solving, where you can walk into the maze with a problem. You can spend a little bit of time in the center releasing that to the universe, and then you can walk out with your solution or walk out without the baggage that you came in with. Now, a labyrinth is pretty easy to make. Some people think, well, I don't have one. And I know that there are people that will take like a thick rope and they'll just make a big spiral inside their home or outside. There are others who like to take those little candles, those little battery run candles, and make a big circle and just walk inside that circle. The nice thing about the labyrinth is it's very purposeful, and you can go on. You can go and pin. You can pin for labyrinth, and it's amazing how many labyrinths are out there. There are churches and spirituality centers with labyrinths. There are gardens with labyrinths. We happen to have made this labyrinth in our backyard, and I'm just going to show you a photo of that. And what's interesting about this labyrinth is it was a family project. But you'll notice in the picture that there are deer laying in the labyrinth. So animals do feel that sacred ground, the vortex that forms in the middle. Now, this labyrinth has had drummings, and it has had quite a few people use it, and so it really does have a nice feel. But what I want to share with you is it was a family project. So my daughter-in-law and I, neither one of us remembered pi from math class. So we had a great laugh measuring out this labyrinth that you're seeing, and finally discovered how to get the center and get all the lines in. And then the grandchildren, well, I have 7 boy grandchildren, but 3 of them that were appropriate ages to go wade in the lake, because the lake is just right over there. They went, and I paid them 10 cents a rock for rocks that were about the size of Grandma's hand. And so you'll see all those rocks were collected by the 3 grandchildren and myself. And then they all helped put the mulch in as well. So it was just a beautiful family activity. And I have to admit, Minnesota in the wintertime, I just go right to the center or not out there at all. But it is beautiful to have that form of meditation to wrap up into the other forms that I happen to use. So hopefully you'll find one of those 12 or more styles of meditation that felt like they might fit you. And go ahead and roll your eyes if you like. So tune in to Dar's Divine Connections. Dusty Boy and I have free Friday Facebook card draws just for fun. And then the newsletter is out a few times a month with metaphysical wisdom. Keep your eyes open for courses and coaching, and that's the main gist of what I do, soul path coaching and self-care mentoring. So I hope I get a chance to work with you. Bye-bye for now.